I manifested my dream life. And no, this is not some cheesy clickbait law of attraction video where you journal and you doing all these affirmations. A lot of people have been asking me how I was able to grow a YouTube channel so fast. This is not my first YouTube channel. Quit a corporate job that used to support my family 100%, live a totally sober life at this point. So today I'm going to be sharing with you some really powerful things that have transformed in my life through manifesting, and I hope to inspire you and yours. Just for the record, I was not one to meditate and journal and sit quietly with my eyes closed and get my legs crossed and write all the affirmations out a year and a half ago. That was not me. I could not sit still for the life of me. I'm like 10 minutes just to sit there and do nothing. Like who is doing that? Who's got time just to sit there and meditate? That was my thought process. We're gonna get to how that changed in just a second, but my first experience with manifesting occurred when I was about 12 years old. I was living with my grandmother at the time. I had gotten removed from the home because my parents were struggling with mental health and substance abuse, and at that time, I would call it, I was praying, and I would pray every night, God, please just put me in a normal family, put me in a normal family. I know I'm meant to do something else other in this life than feel like I'm suffering and living in this chaotic lifestyle. So I would pray this, and I would really imagine what the family looked like that I was a part of. Mind you, I'm like almost a teenager at this point. And the strangest thing happened. I was working with a social worker, because when you're in situations like that, you often have the county and social workers in your life. And there was a woman that my social worker worked with named Rhonda, and she was actually in charge of a lot of the foster care families and training them in. Well, she said, hey, do you want to take in a 12-year-old girl? And my foster mom, Rhonda, at the time was like, what? She already had her own son, small child of her own, so why in the heck would she take in a teenage girl? Well, she did, and I was placed into a normal family. And then something really weird happened again. It was my sophomore year of college, and I prayed that I would meet my husband my sophomore year of college, and we would have these college experiences together, and then when we would get married and we grow old, we have kids and we have babies, and we'd always be able to reflect upon that college time together. I met my current husband, we've been together for 17 years, my sophomore year of high school. I had planned it before it actually happened. And so these strange things just kept happening in my life. I would visualize what I wanted with such detail, and it would come into my life. It almost felt like magic, like what the heck is happening here? So when I was thinking about becoming an entrepreneur and I wanted to quit my full-time job, I thought, what if I actually got intentional about this stuff? Like, what if I really sat down to understand the law of attraction and how manifesting worked? Now that would be pretty remarkable. And naturally, I got very excited about this endeavor because my first degree, I have a master's degree in psychology, so that's what I've been studying and doing for the past 10 plus years. And so the law of attraction, I was like, yes, honey, this sounds amazing. And it's a law, like the law of gravity. It's not like woo-woo science. It's not just this weird stuff that people do, but it's actually a law. And in college, I read Rhonda Byrne's The Secret. I watched the movie, and then about a year ago, I read The Greatest Secret right here. I've read all of the Napoleon Hill books, this one, and this one, and this one. I mean, I'm like, if I'm gonna figure this thing out, I gotta learn from the people that have been talking about this thing for years and years and years on it, because this strange stuff keeps happening in my life, and let me see if I can harness it. So about a year ago, I started making it a daily practice to meditate every single morning. I wake up at 4 a.m. and I do a 10-minute meditation, and I often will meditate in the evenings if I decide to take a bath. I started journaling every single morning and every single night about what I wanted in my life. I got very specific. I have a vision board right in front of me. I have affirmations all around me. So I really implemented all of these things into my life. Here's the first instance of what happened. It was September of last year, and I was not making any money with my YouTube channel. And I sat down in my bedroom. My husband was folding some laundry, and I said, honey, I'm gonna buy you that truck in cash by December. My friend, like, I had no means to be able to do something like that. That was like a dream, like what the heck are you gonna pay cash for a truck? Like, you're in no position to do that. You have 4 children, you have 1 income. What are you doing? What are you thinking? December rolls around. I have enough money in my bank account to buy my husband a truck. I all of a sudden started making money from my YouTube channel, but rather than buying a truck, I was able to quit my corporate job so that I could go full-time into YouTube. But that was like what? I threw it out there, and here it is in my lap. And then I said, okay, universe, I want to make $20,000 a month. I don't know why I said $20,000. It just seemed like a big number at the time. And for the most part of 2021, I made $20,000 several months in a row. I'm like, okay, this is like really weird. This is like fast, weird, and this is really working. Let me bring you to the summer of 2021. I was on maternity leave with my 4th baby, still working my corporate job. I knew I had to go back to it. And I said, all right, universe, let's do this. Let me write out my ideal schedule as if I did not have to work this corporate job and I can go full force into my business, the Andrea Company, with the power of YouTube. What would my daily schedule look like? So I wrote it out and I put a post on Instagram and put it into the universe. And a few months later, I was actually writing my resignation to quit a career that I had built my entire life. The last company that I was with them for 7 years in a very cushy, comfortable job that I really enjoyed. So this was no like easy, like I can't wait to quit my job. Like these were big decisions that had to be made, and it's crazy. I wrote out the schedule that I wanted and I kept my mind on it. I stayed at a good vibration, meaning like, okay, this is happening. I'm excited about it. Wouldn't this be so cool? I started living every day of what it would be like to be my own boss. I just started to do things naturally. And lo and behold, I am 100% a full-time entrepreneur, no longer owned by a company. If you want to learn more about that story, I will link that video in the description box below and how I quit. So if you believe in the law of gravity, then believing in the law of attraction is no different. So here are 4 keys that I want you to start implementing today so that magic can start happening in your life. Okay, first and foremost, you have to know what you want. And this is where most people get tripped up. You have to know and identify exactly what it is that you want. Is it in your business? Is it in your career? Is it quitting your job? I have one thing in my mind right now that I am manifesting into reality. Just one thing. It's a very big thing. I'm not going to share it right now. But what is the one thing that you want? And to help you remind yourself of this one thing, because there are so many distractions going on in this world, and a phone, your neighbors, whatever else is happening in your community, in life. I mean, we're going through a pandemic or coming out of one. But you need to keep it visible in the forefront of your mind. So that's why vision boards can be very powerful. That's why mantras can be very powerful. Writing and journaling, because you're constantly reminded of this thing that you are bringing into your reality. Number 2, you gotta feel it. And I'm not talking about desperation, like I'm so desperate this thing has to come into my life. So if you are broke as all get out and you are desperate for money, it's not gonna flow into your life. You have to attach feeling as if it has already happened. And you're like, Andrea, how the heck, how do I attach feeling as if it has already happened? And again, that's where the vision board, the mantras, and the journaling comes into play. And this ties into number 3. You want to be reminded of this thing, because if it is that important to you, it should be on your mind all day, every day. Because here's the really cool thing that's going to happen. Your subconscious mind is going to start working for you. And it's going to clue you into things in your environment. Like, yes, you need to go in this direction. Nope, this decision is not. And how do you know? You can feel it. You ever get inspired decision and you get excited about something, or an idea comes into your mind, and you're like, ooh, okay, I don't know where this is coming from, but I'm going to follow this. Yes, you want to follow those and take inspired action. And number 4, you gotta trust. You have to trust the process. You have to believe that this thing that you desire is already on its way. So just sit back, relax, take your inspired action, feel what it feels like to already have it in your life. And my friend, the more and more that you do this, the better and better that you get at it. I recently heard Oprah on YouTube. I was watching a video and she said, I am like an amazing manifester. And I would say, yeah, girl, you definitely are an amazing manifester. So if you're like, I don't know about this law of attraction stuff, it's a law. It is a law. It is how your brain works on your behalf. Most people don't identify what they want, and they don't believe that it's possible for them to achieve really cool things in their lives. Let me share a really cool example with you that's currently happened in my life. I said to myself, I want to work with Gabrielle Bernstein's. She's a New York Times best-selling author, former agent. Long-time former agent. I would love to work with her. And my friend, I've been in contact via email with Gabrielle Bernstein's former agent. And I don't say that to be like bragging, oh, I'm so cool, look what I be doing. It's nothing like that. But that's the power of manifesting. And by the way, I don't have fancy connections. I'm just a chick with 4 kids living in the Midwest that's inspiring people to go after their lives with the power of YouTube. Now, if you're looking to start and grow a successful YouTube channel and looking for proven ways to monetize that, be sure to check out this video right here on screen and give this video a thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one.